thingamabobber, and so that's why I wasn't sure. So
It's my, I was asleep. My fault.
okay. No,
It's
you're
okay.
good. No, you're. I mean, you're getting. I mean, at your age, you need all the rest you can get. So that doesn't really surprise me all that much. So yeah, no, it's good.
So what you're saying is but what I'm saying is coma down, doobie doo down. Waking up is hard to do.
I don't speak pig Latin, but that's cool.
Oldie song, jeez, that's a DACA, jeez.
Yeah, well, like I said, at your age, it makes sense. I mean, the coffin lid can only be open for so long.
PDUK spamming, pigs don't want to become bacon. Pigs don't want to become bacon. Pigs don't want to become bacon. I'm sorry, but pigs don't give a damn.
Oh, dude, that was my favorite. Yeah, I said that just made me want to put more bacon on things. And my wife and I found a 3-pound package of bacon at the grocery store tonight that comes in 3 individual packages because she's got this dinner idea that's going to require a pound of bacon. And I was like, oh, that makes it even better. Because yeah.
Does he realize he's just making it harder for him because it's like if somebody's complaining about people eating pig, it's like, yeah, then you got all the pig jokes. What are you squealing about? Don't ham it up. Jeez.
Oh yeah, dude, that one. I wish the algorithm wasn't so screwy right now because that would have been a lot of fun with all those pig jokes that we screwed in that we screwed into the Miss Piggy video. It was a lot of fun. And it makes me sad that that's not going to be seen by more people right now. So maybe someday, because then we'll get credit for all of the really ham-fisted jokes that we shoved in there. So
yeah, those jokes went belly up.
Well, I mean, you can only eat the back fat for so long. So
no, I'm gonna stop. Let's get this show started. Sorry, everyone.
No, because eventually you rub it dry. And then
I'm
you're just
squeal.
Like, oh, don't get the chat too excited now. Calm down. Holy cow.
Hey, Shadow Warden, hey, Double Junkie.
Oh, there you go. Holy cow. What an evening. Okay, fine, whatever. I guess we'll just play the intro then. Nobody. I didn't catch anybody in the middle of a good conversation that I could just let go and run for a little while, and it happens. Oh, where's the new? There's Doctor Who?
Children are screaming.
There's always children screaming somewhere.
Who's getting their ass beat?
They're just tired and ready for bed. There we go. Wait, yeah, that one's, yeah. So, yeah, there we go. I think this is the new one. There we go.
Daleks screaming through the void. Time Lord scheming, oh, what a ploy. Zygons shifting flesh and face. Where did it go wrong? What a disgrace. When Doctor Who was good, when it burned like it should, when the TARDIS doors slammed and the monster still stood. In the ocean you can unhear. Cybermen marching steel on steel. Back then the Mr. Grant Gregory, he knows it all, the rise, the fall, the cannon call with his scarf and his specs and his boots stacked tall. Grant Gregory, tell us
How are we doing tonight, boys and girls? Ladies and gentlemen, we are back at it tonight for another wonderful edition of When Who Was Good. We've got some more classic Who for you tonight, and we've got two of our returning guests, boys and girls, because we need some hardcore Who fans, because tonight we are experiencing something that is lost, that is missing. We have some audio. This is part of the missing Marco Polo episodes that we kind of skipped over so that we could have hardcore mode here for something kind of fun and joyous and very much enjoyable on all of that kind of stuff. So tonight we are going to go back and revisit those and find out how our dear sweet, what was his name? The history professor, the history teacher, or the science teacher. I'm having a brain fart right now. Ian, thank you, Sunker. Ian, how he got his fancy new threads at the beginning of our last series. So that will be what we will explore this evening. It won't be completely absent of pictures and stuff like that. There are some pictures, there's some still frames from behind the scenes and things like that that were used. So we will at least have something on the screen out there. But that's why I wanted to bring some of our hardcore fans, because I know some of these guys know some stuff behind the scenes, some things that were talked about, some things that went on. So hopefully we'll be able to add at least a little bit more enjoyment with this, but giving you, as we promised in the beginning, the most complete possible version of Doctor Who that we could possibly compile after dear sweet Spartacus's months of hard work for all of that kind of fun stuff out there. So we're going to jump into that. Obviously, we're going to say hi to all of you fabulous folks out there in a little bit, but let's say hi to our fellow co-hosts. And returning this evening from the far land of up on top of a mountain somewhere, Gryffen. I know, Sucker got all excited. She all perked up looking at it. I was great. It's good. Gryffen, how are you? How's everything going? What are you up to, buddy?
Well, apparently I'm high on a mountain.
That's what it looks like.
Oh, that's what happens when you take space mushrooms.
Look, road trip gummies, link in the description. Wait, never mind. Sorry. Gryffen, how have you been? What have you going on? I hear you've been sleeping all day.
Admittedly, yes. Well, just summer. Saturdays are the 10-hour shift, so yikes. Sundays are a little just when I pretty much crash. Sorry, our brain's a little short-circuiting a little. I am glad to be here. I'll just say it this way. Personally, I think this would be a test to see if just how good is Doctor Who. I know you've got the stills, so we're pretty much going radio broadcast on this. I mean, like I said, so this is going to see whether or not. I mean, part of people say it's visual. Well, what if you don't have that? Mm-hmm. So just how good is this going to be good? Personally, I'm wagered to say yes, but this is an acid test. Another drug joke, not intentional.
No, that's a really good point too, right? Because that's what it comes down to. Does the storytelling hold up, right? You know, and because you're going to have and that's the other thing about the Marco Polo episodes. How many scenes do we have that are supposed to be more action based, where we're not going to see as much of that kind of stuff on the screen? Is this one of those stories where we've got more storytelling, more conversations and talking and things like that? So it'll be interesting to see how that holds up. But boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, something that's been holding up for quite a while especially around here over on Doctor Who. Sunker Maiden! How are you? Sister? How are you?
I'm doing good. You're gonna have to catch me up on the 2 episodes I did miss. There's also a fucking cunt going over and revving his engine.
Oh my God, that's what I was like, is that like some construction machinery going on? Is that
No,
like,
it's just
I
there's
thought it was something bubbling in the background.
No, there's just some assholes that
There's
are just
cauldron.
fucking driving like crazy and being dicks, and I always get scared because my mom drives home at night, so I don't want any of those fuckers around when she's just trying to get home.
Well, just pretend it's your cauldron. I like the idea of the cauldron. The cauldron sounds good.
I'll get a cauldron.
I expect next time that we see you on here, you have a cauldron sitting right there next to you. It doesn't have to be a big one, just a little tiny one.
I actually did see little cauldrons, and I'm gonna see if they're still available at the Nugget that I go to, because they were selling little cauldrons for incense and shit like that.
Yeah, see, there you go. I was gonna say, because I thought I saw some at like Spirits one time or something that were like the little mini fog machine ones, so you could actually get them to have like the little fog come out and stuff like that. But yeah, if the incense would work just well, incense would work great too.
I think that the Spirit. I didn't even have time to go over and see the Spirit.
Oh yeah.
But worst comes to worst, I can always check out Amazon and get.
Spirits has got an online. Spirits has got a website too. Like that's the other thing too. That's what we always forget. Is Spirits does have a website they can deliver to. We always forget about that.
Well, maybe they'll be selling stuff half off and shit because it's right past the season. Maybe.
I mean, they might be trying to clear some warehouse space because they always have, they always get new inventory every year too. Yeah. So they'll probably have stuff that they do want to clear out. I never thought about checking the website afterwards. It's good.
We do live in the 21st century. We're not in the 90s or the early 2000s.
Well, I don't like putting my credit card out on the web as much as I do. So
everyone already has your credit card, so it's you're not hiding anything.
Well,
The Chinese and the CIA already have it. What else?
Look, there's a difference between going into battle. To go for give a reference, everyone does have my credit card, but there's a difference between going into battle dressed as a knight and going into battle dressed in the bikini armor. One's a little bit more safer than the other.
I don't know, and I've seen plenty of video games where the bikini armor is just as good.
Get it +4.
I'm not going there.
Well, speaking of somebody in armor, Spartacus, how the hell are you? How was your Sunday, buddy? How's things going for you?
Not too bad. Just been lazing around the house, doing some chores and laundry and stuff like that, and excited for this. That kind of what I said earlier is this is both William Hartnell and Carole Ann Ford's favorite episode. So this will be interesting. So it's always fun. It's missing.
Right. And that was something you and I were talking about a little bit before too, but it's one of them situations where that does kind of add like an extra element to it, because you're like, oh, so, it's like, what could you have actually pulled off? What did they actually pull off with something like this, with it just being audio, especially with them doing their first? Are you still going to be able to tell why they enjoyed it so much? So yeah, that'd be interesting.
Yeah. And so, I mean, we do have it's called Loose Cannon Productions, which is basically the group that kind of put together everything for this.
So, Spartacus, go over and catch me up and I apologize if you already said it. So this is them taking the audio that was already existing, though they lost the video, and they made it more radio drama set. So basically, they have still images of the film. Unfortunately, they lost the film in the purge that they did in the late 60s, early 70s, because they were trying to make room for colored film. And also, film is just hard to maintain, period. And so this is just, unfortunately, a series, one of many series that is lost from the first and second Doctor. And so, yes, they just have audio. Some of it, I've seen... Some of the things I've read about some of the missing episodes is that it's both audio from the episode as well as audio from audiobooks, kind of mixed together. And a group called Loose Cannon Productions took what they could find of still images, and especially because apparently one of the directors for this episode, for this series of episodes, he had a lot of these still images. And so this is actually one of the best series well kept with still images. And so they took that, they timed it up with the audio. Unfortunately, we'll miss some of the more like sliding descriptions that kind of slide across the bottom of the screen that says, and this character walks over to this part of the room.
Like little notes and stuff.
Yeah. And unfortunately, yes, there is a couple action scenes that unfortunately you're just going to hear clanking of swords and grunting sounds. And people just kind of like standing there with the sword up or locking their blades. And it's just kind of like, cool. I can't see it.
It's kind of like where it's just like you and your kids, you and your friends, you don't know how to go over and actually choreograph a fight scene. So you just take the camera and you make grunting noises and you just shake it around a lot. It's kind of the equivalent.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, it's a shame that this is missing. There is some people out there. There may be some people out there, some collectors that could have it. We don't know, unfortunately. Last I heard from some people that kind of deep dive into this, there is agreements between one company that is doing that that's like basically a fan funded or charity organization that has made deals with one collector. And unfortunately the collector has passed away. And so it's gone to his estate. And now they are almost finished negotiating with the estate. And there's at least one confirmed episode that they were able to find. I don't know what it is yet, but they're just trying to still kind of negotiate to get access to that so they can then get it out there and distribute it for fans to all enjoy.
Gotcha.
And there could be more. We don't know.
Well, and that's always the worst part too, is there's so many of those high-end collectors out there that'll buy things and just hold on to them and lock them behind a vault. And it's like, well, what about the rest of the fans, you dick? It's like
they can pay for it.
Give me $1. If all the fans of all of Who give me $1, I will release the tapes.
Well, I mean, yeah, it's that, and as well as some people, they just have such a strong emotional attachment to it that they don't want to give it up, because you're taking film that requires a lot of attention, a lot of care, and then you're having to kind of like take that and alter it in a way.
Yeah.
But it's the only way to preserve it.
That's true.
Yeah. And then some of the people that inherit these from collectors, some of the family members and friends that inherit this from collectors, they have that emotional attachment to it too, because this is something from someone that they care for and they don't want to lose that themselves.
No.
I suppose I'm just too cynical. Personally, I think too many of them just want to keep it. You know, mine.
Some people are like that.
It's the people who buy all the paintings. I mean, look, case in point, I actually like Van Gogh, but there are plenty of his which are okay. Oh, it's buying for $100 million and shoving in a vault so that way I can sell it for $150. Gee, thanks, pal.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Oh, and
there's a lot of that happens in the art world. Yeah, go ahead.
By the way, unfortunately, the Tubi links that I have in the list, they no longer work. Tubi took down the episodes.
Oh, well, I was going to use the archive.org ones anyway.
Yeah.
So,
though, I mean, all the other links do work, and Tubi still has their classic Doctor Who channel up, but unfortunately, you just can't binge watch Doctor Who on. You can't watch it from episode to episode. You kind of have to. The channel skips around episodes.
Yeah, it's like the Pluto one, because Pluto TV's got a classic Doctor Who constant channel too.
Yep. So I mean, I'm expecting that they will have it back, but it's just like one of those things on Tubi where they kind of cycle through things.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. You've only got so much server space, and that stuff ain't cheap to maintain.
Yep.
So. Yeah, that's pretty cool. But no, I'm glad we've at least got this. And that's one of the nice parts about about websites and organizations like archive.org and a lot of the other ones out there around the world that do stuff like this. It's preservation, and that's the thing about it is if these companies aren't going to do it, well, guess what? We'll have to do it ourselves. And the beauty of the internet is we can do that now. And that's kind of the nice part of it. So we do still have these things and we can hold on to them at least the best way we can until something better comes along. And I'll take what we can get at the end of the day.
Unfortunately, the archive.org stuff, it does eventually it does end eventually, because
Yeah.
when I was going through, unfortunately, like in the last handful of seasons, they don't you're gonna have to jump off to someplace else. Though
No,
I
that's
think I
okay.
did. I think I did provide another set of links from archive.
Yeah. Well, and I was just thinking like more for like this lost stuff more than anything
Oh
else.
yeah,
That's kind of more what I was thinking than necessarily like just all of the episodes on there,
yeah.
But yeah, no, that won't be a problem at all. So, but all right, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, let's say hi to all of you fabulous folks out there in the chat. And as a friendly reminder, as always, these are our evening streams. So if you guys want to play, get common nerd stoned or any kind of fun like that, we've got dancing babies, dancing sunkers. There's all kinds of different outfit fun things we can do. Those things will probably scroll up at the top at some point. But as a friendly reminder, especially because of the way BBC copyright claims things, like they don't just copyright claim, they straight up block they straight up block your video, which would include these streams because I leave these up as videos when they're done. But so we're gonna give you. We didn't have a fan trailer for this one either, did we? I didn't see one in the list.
Unfortunately, not.
Yeah, I didn't.
There is none.
So maybe we'll just show, I don't know, maybe we'll figure something out that we can do for this one, but we'll talk about it a little bit. We've already talked about it a fair amount as far as what this is going to contain. And maybe somebody can give us a little backstory and a little kind of brief overskew of the story before we jump directly into it. But because of all the copyright issues and stuff like that over on YouTube and the way the bots work and all that kind of stuff, if you do want to watch the full thing with us and experience this and the audio that we have with the stills and everything else, you'll have to join us on one of our alternatives out there. Kick is an option. Rumble is obviously kind of one of our home bases. Pilled is also another option that we stream over to. So all those are alternatives out there. But if you're over on YouTube, we certainly do appreciate you and we love you very much. And we're still going to say hi to you guys. We're still going to talk to you guys. We're not going to ignore you or anything like that. It's just because of the restrictions. This all does fall completely under fair use as far as what the United States law says, because we're going to stop it. We're going to review it. We're going to talk about it. Sunker loves her pauses. So we'll get plenty of those. It'll be a good time as always. And so that's one of the things that's what we do. But unfortunately, because of the way the bot systems work, that's just the way it goes, boys and girls. So let's say hi to all of you fabulous folks out there in the chat. And we did, and Sunker, thank you for the raid. Appreciate that. Did you have fun on your video game? What game were you playing earlier?
I was playing Stray again.
Oh, there you go. There you go. Oh, the kitty one. Yes. That one the trailers looked really fun on that.
It's very cute. It's getting a bit mixed for me when you get to the Midtown, but it's a very cute game.
All right, well, there you go. If it's a game about a cat, what more can you ask for?
Closest thing that I had to a trailer on that is a 5-minute recap that someone did.
Oh, well, I mean, unless anybody's got an objection, I think we could probably do something like that. Unless anybody's got basically like a spoiler-filled potential recap for what we're going to see mostly in audio or hear mostly in audio anyway. Anybody got any objections to that on the panel?
No.
Afterwards, maybe? Because if it's got spoilers, I mean, just a thought.
It is going to be spoilerish.
Okay.
It was something that I provided as an alternative if you didn't want to go through the whole series. Instead of going through the whole all of it, you could do a quick 5-minute recap and then move on.
Ah, gotcha. Gotcha. Well, maybe we'll just play a little bit of that then. Maybe we'll play like a minute or two of it or something then, instead of doing the whole thing. And then maybe we'll finish it all off when we're done. Like before we jump into the next series, maybe we'll go back and do the full 5-minute recap on that kind of thing out there.
Could.
Yeah, that might be a fun way to do it too. Gryffen and Spartacus, thank you for coming in first over there on the Rumble. Your average reach got us the raid. There you go. And now we'll just start hitting up everybody who can highlight. Tabletop Junkie Games. What's up, Tabletop? Good to see you, buddy.
Hey, Table.
What's up, everyone? What's up, Tabletop? Yards, Richard Nerd, hamming it up. Wow, I know we couldn't resist. We just couldn't resist. Shadow Warden 99, another one of our fine friends over there. It says eating bacon every day, decreasing your chances of inappropriate relations with goats by 99%. 100% facts. That is 100% facts. Every time Peter tells what is true. It's true. If you eat bacon, you're less likely to get caught on camera by the United States military having relations with a goat. It's an absolute fact. It just really is. Because here's the thing: every single person that the United States military has caught on camera having relations with a goat does not eat bacon. So it's just the odds are in your favor. If you eat bacon, you're less likely to get caught on camera by the United States military having relations with a goat.
New Zealanders.
I said by the United States military on camera. Okay. So I'm being very specific for a reason here.
I know.
I took that from the Korean Brit on Instagram. That is great. Shadowword99. That was good. I'm glad you brought that in for us. Oh, that is absolutely wonderful. This eccentric. What's up, buddy? Good to see you, man. Bees in the chat. There you go. Darth Dave, what's up, buddy? Oh, yeah, and we can torture Sunker. Remember, Darth Dave, whenever Darth Dave shows up, it always reminds me. We can torture Sunker, bro. We got dancing lizard videos. We got dancing, Sunker and lizard and Sunker and octopus videos, too. And I won't even make those direct donations anymore. You guys can do that, Rumble and everywhere else. I don't even care. We love our guys over there anyway. Oh, wait, now she's back. I got to stop talking about those things. Wait.
Oh, hi.
Darth Dave, what's up, Darth Dave? Good to see you, buddy. Let's see here. There we go. Dalek Lives Matter. I love that name. Dalek Lives Matter 2112. That is Namaste. I love it, buddy. That is so good. I love that name. Brimstone. What's up, buddy? Says hail, Jesse. Greetings, chat. Hail, Brimstone.
It's Namaste.
Namaste. Okay. Yeah. Thank you, Sunker. I appreciate that.
Are you taking a page out of Barbara's book and becoming interested in Buddhism?
Or what?
Oh, does she? I didn't see episodes 1 and 2, so.
No, she kind of like does a little, like, as a history teacher, she does a little research into Buddhism with this series.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing really major.
Oh, well, that was always like I always saw it as whenever the British taking an interest in Asian religion and philosophies, they always kind of did in a very, very low-key sort of way.
Well, I mean, that was part of how the British Empire kind of versus there's like 3 methods of colonizing back then. The 2 primary ones were by the French and the British. The other one was by the Spanish. But the British would, after losing the American colonies, they would find a way to kind of do local rule, whereas the French forced cultural rule, where they forced their colonists to conform to French ways of life, which is very harsh and brutal.
I actually didn't know the difference.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Depends.
Yeah,
on the colonies.
Yeah. So I mean, the British would kind of most of the time the British would let the locals kind of govern themselves with maybe a British oversight, minor British oversight, but it wasn't as strong-armed as the French were.
Yeah, the French were brutal to Vietnam. That's one of the reasons why Vietnam turned out the way it did.
Oh,
wow.
And Algeria.
Oh, yeah. I mean, this is the irony, because speaking Senegalese, there were very close relations between Senegal and France. But single biggest reason why is Louis Leopold Senghor. The name may mean nothing to you, but he, from Senegal, he was a close friend of Charles de Gaulle, fought for the French resistance, was not what we consider, but he was one of their government, like, I forget basically a congressman, got the French Medal of Freedom. The French consider him one of theirs. But after all the years, they said, oh, what can we do to thank you? And he said, I want independence for my land. Senegal is one of the few... What?
Well, I'm imagining the French. Well,
I'm talking about my home, so yes.
Yeah.
Senegal is one of the few nations which actually got their independence without bloodshed. Only one of 20 nations ever. And let me put it this way. Now, there's contention, but just to consider this. What is the denomination, the money of Senegal? The franc.
Oh, so they were pretty already Frenchitized at that moment. So even if they gave them...
It's a difficult mix because they are very Islamic.
Oh.
And they weren't as Frenchified as the Algerians were.
Exactly.
The Algerian, it was so bad. The French were so protective over Algeria because they had control over so long, and they literally fought a war to try and keep it until they had to kind of give it up.
Wow.
Algeria is the one where they got you have the saying, leave by either suitcase or by coffin. Yeah, when Algeria is bloody. That's the difference. You got Vietnam and Algeria where the French tried to smash down and put their heel down, didn't work at all. Senegal, they actually negotiate.
There you go.
Yeah.
What's up, Kevin? Kevin Wharton, did you guys know that Doctor Who was originally supposed to be a history show?
You have two history geeks on. You're going to have a little bit of history on.
No,
I know, and I'm with you on this one. English, darling, right? English, right?
Sorry,
What did they say? There you go, friend. Shadow Ward 99 jumping right into it. There you go. He's encouraging them. I love it.
I actually don't hear, like, at least when they were doing just general history, like they kind of briefly covered French stuff, but they always focused very much on British and evil British colonizers.
Oh yeah.
But I actually didn't know there was a distinction between the British colonization and the French.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
The British were more willing to, even
Compromise?
though to compromise and respect other cultures, even though there were some times where it didn't work out. Whereas the French were more, you are part of France. We're going to make you French. You better start drinking French stuff. You better start dressing like the French, etc. and whatnot.
Oh dear. Well, not everyone can dress as a Frenchman. Maybe we don't have the same fucking textiles, bish.
They'd import it for you.
And even to this day, the French have strong influence over a lot of their former colonies and still kind of meddle with them a little bit. And they
like an old grandmother.
In a way. I mean, and also they don't. It's also even to their own allies that we have people that constantly talk about the Israeli Mossad. The French are worse against us. They're spying on us is worse.
That's funny.
Well, I don't mind the French spying on me. They don't do anything. They meddle, but they're not that I know of. But here's the thing: like, they just bring me more cheese and baguettes. I'm pretty okay.
There you go. There's no British culture. It was English values that colonized. There you go. Marco Polo Doctor Who recap. So this is from, hold on, let me look at this channel again here. This is from Squall Charleston, and I'll give him at least a subscription for this. So we're just going to check out a little bit of this here real quick. We'll just give you guys a few minutes since, like I said, we can't show too much. Well, we can't even do the audio too much of it. I don't know. Would they even have a way to copyright claim audio that they don't have? No, I don't. They're too much of a buttholes about that kind of stuff. But I would like you guys to catch some of this on the replay.
If I remember correctly, I think it's mostly just his narration.
Yeah, so this part of it right here will be okay with. I'm not worried about this, but I was worried about more of the regular BBC stuff. But yeah, so this right here, we'll be able to watch a little bit of this. We'll give you the first couple of minutes. This is going to give you an idea of what we're going to get into this evening. And then we'll probably play the full. We'll probably just keep play a little bit of this every time we do it. Because how many is this?
7 episodes.
Oh, wow. Okay. Well, since there's less to pause and look at, maybe we'll get through them a little faster.
And also, I love radio dramas. It's what I fall asleep to. So,
great! Now she's gonna fall asleep on us.
Me and Mrs. Nerd.
Right, we need to bring Mrs. Cabin Nerd out here, get her.
We can both just be passed out on screen.
And that was the funny too. That's what Mrs. Cabin Nerd was like. She's like, I'm not falling asleep. I'm just really high. That's why my eyes look like that.
You look like your cat. You look like you're fucking falling asleep. It's disrespectful.
She's just really baked. That's all. That's why I told her she should get glasses. I'd look the same way if I didn't have glasses.
Yeah, have glasses.
Yeah, I'd look the same way. We should get her a pair of glasses. Oh, man. All right, so check this. Let's check this out. Marco Polo Doctor Who recap.
Marco Polo was the 4th serial of Doctor Who, and it ran for a total of 7 episodes. However, none of those episodes exist to this day in the BBC archive. Therefore, all we presently have are telesnap reconstructions of the episodes.
I mean, that's a lot better than our most recent Isaac Newton. So,
God.
Never gonna watch it.
I'm never gonna watch it, but not even race swaps aside. Why do they always kind of pussify and make like unappealing? Of historical figures. Like, they don't have to be like fucking 5-star models.
Masculinity is bad.
Yes, masculinity.
That's exactly what it is.
You know why? Masculinity is bad.
For leadership characters, even if you're not
masculinity is bad. Masculinity is bad. Touch.
Toxic
you're
masculinity.
attractive, you have
Patriarchy led to all the wars.
Stop trying to spread your masculine ideas on people. Geesh, Sunker.
Sunker is a
Well, no,
simp
I
to the
want someone
patriarchy
to spread their
confirmed.
masculine ideas on me.
$25 application fee. Reach out to me via Discord.
You are
there's a
not
background.
pimping out my love life, bitch. Stop it. You're gonna put a pin in that right now. Or
If you want to jump ahead of the line, you pay $75.
That'll just get your background check done faster.
To be fair, that would be a good investment, okay?
Oh, God. All right, back to Marco Polo recap here for a little bit.
Due to the nature of missing materials, this recap will only feature the condensed version found on the DVD of The Edge of Destruction. The original broadcast ran from the 22nd of February 1964 to the 4th of April. The TARDIS crew arrive in the snowy wastes of the plain of Pamir. The ship is damaged and unable to provide light, heat, or water. The prospect of freezing to death as night approaches and the temperature plummets looms. The foursome are soon surrounded by Mongol soldiers on the verge of killing them for being evil spirits. When a man from the west,
Wayne
Marco
shows
Polo,
up
interrupts.
playing
Right.
Genghis Khan.
Well, it just reminds me of the stories of like when River's like, I hate the wizard. He's always the wizard in the story. I hate the good wizard in the story. He's always the good wizard in the story. I'm like, look, he's an evil spirit. That makes sense.
Which is funny because the Doctor is Merlin in one of these story arcs later on.
Oh, that's so awesome. That doesn't surprise me at all.
Dude,
That
like
is
Merlin
cool.
aged backwards in the story, so yeah.
Hey,
So-
I think Shadow Warden's got a really good point. You will not find someone to impose their masculinity on you.
Not someone that makes less than like 5 figures.
Hey, 5 figures. At least it's better than the 6 figures that most women ask for.
You know what? I just want my man to make a little bit more than me. And I don't
Just
make
a
that
little.
much. I make 5. He can make 5.
There you go. There you go.
them. Polo welcomes the Doctor, who is
Oh, wait. Wasn't the guy who wrote the Three Musketeers black? If so, why I'd actually do an episode with him instead of that race swap? Guess it would have been too much work. Yeah, that's a good point. It's a good point, fan site.
You're doing that thinking stuff. You're such a bigot.
Don't do that. None of that thinking nonsense. You can't have that. You can't have that. Yeah, you can't have that. None of that around here. All of that logic and common sense, none of that is allowed. You know better than that, fan site.
Oh, by the way, this girl, a young girl that is in the forefront in this picture, that is that's the first ethnic actress on the show, period.
First Asian chick?
Yep.
Hey. Good on her.
Nice. That's my favorite part about I love how everybody's like Star Trek, like they're like the modern guys are like, we need to diversify Star Trek. I'm like, Star Trek had your first on-screen main broadcast interracial kiss publicly broadcast ever on the airways. What do you mean Star Trek needs to be made diverse?
Star Trek was diverse when it was fucking scary to be diverse. Where they had fucking Russian on the same screen.
I've actually heard that that's not entirely true, that there was actually a kiss before that.
There might have been.
Maybe with someone playing Eartha Kitt played.
But it wasn't on primetime TV.
That's the big thing. It wasn't on primetime television because Star Trek was broadcast on CBS or whatever at the time.
If I'm correct, I'm just since you said it jarred your memory, I think it was technically done. I think Sunker is right. It was Eartha Kitt. It was on one of those soap operas.
Well, that's why nobody remembers. Soap opera doesn't count.
Also,
so it would have been prime time then, because the soap operas would have been during the day, so it would have been the first prime time interracial on-screen kiss.
Oh yeah.
So the first ever interracial kiss was done in 1962 on a British television show called You in Your Small Corner, and it was done it was an adaptation of a Jamaican born screenwriter, and it was done between a black man and a white woman.
Yeah, but it's British television. Nobody watched it, so it doesn't count.
But right now we're watching British television. So
Yeah, 60 years later.
And we found out where all the white women at. They're in Jamaica.
Suffering from altitude sickness.
So I'm about
He
to be a little
introduces some of
cynical.
Yeah, go ahead.
Are more people watching this episode of Doctor Who than the last one of the Shooty Gatwa?
that,
Yes.
well,
likely,
I'm
yes.
looking up that stuff right now. So
No, I actually can guarantee that because it's the worst ratings in the 60-year history of the show. So
Oh,
there
yeah.
were more people watching Marco Polo than there were any of the Russell T Davies return Shooty Gatwa era. So yes.
When the last time the viewership was brought up was back with the Daleks, where it started out at 6.9 million and jumped to 10.4 by the end of the series. This one started with 9.4 and jumped to 10.4 by the end of the series.
Wow. Everybody really liked Marco Polo.
His fellow travelers, including Tigana, a Mongol warlord,
He
and a
looks
young
like
Chinese
a
woman named
different
Ping
version of
Cho, who is
Tennant.
also traveling with Polo so she may
can
meet
see
her
that.
75-year-old groom in an arranged marriage.
So I mentioned
Mongols fear the
once about how Marco Polo, how this is based off of real events, and that little tidbit right there about the Asian girl who is going to marry a 75-year-old Mongol warlord that was loyal to Kublai Khan, that was actually from Marco Polo's memoirs. There was a princess that he was taking to another court that was going to marry a man that was far older than her. And well, not to spoil everything, I'll leave it for when we get to the final episode as to how her story wraps up.
Nice.
Hopefully
Doctor is an evil.
Oh, no. Go ahead, Zucker. Sorry.
Fingers crossed. I hope it's nice.
Right. Well, and that's just a fun thing too, that they, like you said, that they incorporate so much of the actual history into it. Because like I said, I was half joking earlier because I had two history nerds going off with each other, but it's like, I mean, it was meant to be it's at least some of it to be historically accurate to a certain degree, which is another one of the worst abominations of what's going on right now too.
Oh yeah.
But the fact that this was all supposed to be as historically accurate as they could be, as long as they were messing with Earth history. So
I can super hope the 75-year-old died and just like, you must now marry his nephew. Exactly, nephew's kind of baller and very nice. I can hope.
Oh, and
Nope, that's right.
To kind of provide some historical context to all this is during the reign of Kublai Khan, who is the grandson of Genghis Khan.
Yes.
And underneath I think it's called the Yuan dynasty, which is basically when Mongols ruled China before they were replaced by another dynasty.
There you go. Sweet. Good to know.
Sorcerer who is powerless outside of his TARDIS. So Marco Polo forbids him from entering it until their party has stopped in a town at the edge of the desert. When their caravan stops at the way station in Lop, Marco Polo tells the Doctor he is requisitioning
So
his
much like
fine
Tenet.
caravan as a prize
A
for
little
the
bit.
Emperor in an attempt to buy his way out of his service. Meanwhile, Tigana is given poison for the caravan's water supply by a man. Tigana tells the man that he shall use it on the caravan's water supply when they cross the Gobi Desert. A vicious sandstorm occurs, during which Ping Cho and Susan are briefly lost, and this also prevents Tigana from poisoning the gourds. Instead, he slices them open in the night, knowing full well that bandits will get the blame. Marco Polo insists the caravan press on to the next stop, but the water rations grow lower and lower as the days pass. Finally, Tigana is dispatched to find the fabled oasis. The
And we
Mongol
can
finds the
stop
oasis.
right here for you guys.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think it's probably
This is
about-
moving on to the 3 and 4th episode.
Yeah. That's what I was trying to get to about 2 minutes. I was like, we got to find a good spot to stop.
So you're seeing the part where they were all saved. Let's not mention it now.
right. Let's not mention it. Oh, that was weird. But yeah, no. So that's a good start. That's a good little recap. So that'll give us an idea of what we're fixing to go into, what we're about to listen to all of the actual audio for, and stuff like that. So for any of you folks over on the YouTube side, we appreciate you guys. Thank you very much. I dropped the link in the chat earlier. Even if you don't want to sign up for an account over on Rumble, you can just still click the link. And just open it. It'll open up in your browser, and you can just sit back and chill and listen and watch with us and fall asleep or do whatever else you're gonna do. Leave us on in the background, however you feel about all of that. But yeah, anybody got any thoughts on these episodes before we jump over to a Rumble exclusive, or I guess all of our other. Yeah, you're excited. Okay, cool.
I encourage people to come over as Rumble. I can attest You can sign in as guest whatever, no membership. It doesn't even ask for information.
There you go.
Really.
There you go.
If you go in as a guest, you just type in, has to be guest something, whatever. And you can't comment, but you can listen.
There you go.
Guess who?
This is interesting. I didn't completely close down the tab that I was looking at, but apparently in 1959 on a Dutch TV show, there was another interracial kiss. Sorry, I just saw that.
No, it's very much when someone goes over and says, like, we're gonna break boundaries. Like, they were already broken. They just weren't broken, like, in the big thing you're thinking of.
They just weren't broken. You weren't aware that they were broken because you think you were the first of everything. So
I was the first female action star.
I was gonna say, fuck you, Angelina Jolie. She kicks him down the stairs. Fuck you, Kate Blanchett. Fuck all you girls. I was first.
Wait.
What did we look? Gryffen, didn't we look that up? Wasn't it from like an audio drama from like the 1912 or some shit?
Yes.
Was like the first female action hero or something?
Yes,
Fuck you, Mrs. Peel.
Although,
Yeah,
In your fat suit. Get the fuck out of here.
I've got something to say. Spartacus, you are the first female action hero. Don't you have something to explain to us?
Yes, he does. Yes,
those were some troubling times. I was going through a phase.
There you go. Like, he was going through a phase. That's always the answer. I was going through a phase.
It was another time.
Oh,
Yep, early 1910s in a series about a character named Pearl White.
There you go. Yeah, nobody.
That's a fun name.
Oh yeah, it's kind of cool. All right, everybody say. Wait, hold on. Let me get it pulled up first.
And also, by the way, one last thing: the picture that you use for your thumbnails, it comes from this series.
Oh, or the Marco Polo one. Oh, very nice. Yep. Very nice.
Now
all right, there you go. I was gonna say, everybody, wave bye to YouTube.
Bye,
YouTube.
Bye.
There we go. All right, here we go, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen. Marco Polo, the best we got.
The fun thing with this is that it's in color. The pictures are in color, so we get.
So, for this coloring, so did they make it color